Good afternoon, or should say good morning, and welcome to another edition of the award-winning high school and college sports show and somewhat golf outing show. Voice of Reason, serving the tri-state area. And today, what a special day we have for you here at the Downingtown Country Club, home of course, the Hall of Fame football quarterback, pride of the Philadelphia Eagles, Jaws himself, Mr. Ron Jaworski. And we want to thank Jaws for helping us out, and really a special thank you has to go out to the program director of the 97.5, Matt Nahigian, who really gave us the opportunity to allow us to do promotional events and to do interviews with different people. Here today, we've got a lot of great celebrities out. It's not as many as we had for Big Brothers and Big Sisters, with names like Lou Tilley, who we want to thank, and Zach Spiker, Fran Dunphy, and John Giannini and Steve Donahue, who came on and talked to us, gave us 50 cents of the time. But you know what? We got some great guests. Returning guest Tommy Green will join us here today of the Philadelphia Phillies. Mike Missanelli will come on, hopefully, to talk to us about, as we are again, as mentioned, here at the Downingtown Country Club, hosted by Ron Jaworski, the 7th annual Mike Missanelli Open. Actually, this is really the 2017 Mike Missanelli Open. And we want to thank Mike for allowing us to be here again. We'll talk with the controversial host, and all joking aside, controversial host at 97.5. He'll join us hopefully today. Ron Jaworski will hopefully give us a few minutes of his time. We are expected to have our good friend Rob Ellis of 97.5 joining us as well. He's just getting done his show. He should be done in about close to a half hour. We'll also have Harry Mays come on and talk to us again and mention today all proceeds will benefit. Formally, we're benefiting the American, or I should say Ronald McDonald House. This is a great event because it is benefiting the American Cancer Society. My heart is certainly with American Cancer. Lost a lot of people, including my mother, to breast cancer. I know how very involved I am, being that I'm involved in the Coaches versus Cancer. All proceeds, of course, benefit the American Cancer Society. And again, it should be a great day. The sun is really trying to force its way out here and at the Downingtown Country Club, but it's going to do the best it can. It doesn't look like it's going to rain, so at least we're going to get this one in. And I think it's going to be a great day of golfing. It's supposed to be a high of 67. You know what? Even on a cloudy but sunny type of day, well, we're still going to, again, let everybody know. So again, sit back, relax, get you set to go for another edition of Voice of Reason. I'm Jake Schwartz here at the Downingtown Country Club here in Downingtown, PA. All right, here at the Mike Missanelli, 7th annual Mike Missanelli Golf Open here at the Downingtown Country Club, officially owned by the great Ron Jaworski, Eagles great for the last 2 years. And here again with, first time here on Voice of Reason. I actually got a chance to really get to know this guy the last probably year or two. Jason Jones, better known as Coffee, the color commentator on the Philadelphia Soul, and former Philadelphia Soul great.
Hey,
it's good to see you. It's good to have you on. It's good to see you, by the way, as always.
It's good to see you. It's great to be out here. It's a nice day, not too hot for golf, but everybody's out here having fun for a good cause.
Well, that's kind of the whole reason. All proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society. You yourself, your presence walking in, I mean, you're basically, all eyes are directly on you. In fact, people were actually mistaking you for Hollis Thomas and Hugh Douglas.
I get it all the time.
I know you do.
Especially when I'm with Jaws. I get Barrett Brooks. I get Jari Evans. You know, he's a sole owner as well. So I did.
Oh, really? Jari Evans? I didn't even know that. But let's talk about that because, you know, again, it's your buddy, Ron Jaworski, but another good buddy of yours, Mike Missanelli. What a job the two of them really co-do. 97.5 puts together an incredible type of event.
Well, obviously, 97.5, one of the best stations in Philadelphia. But
maybe the best.
The best in sports. But talking about best overall. But obviously, Jaws, his name has become synonymous with golf as well as with football. The things that he's done with 7 courses, you know, all over this region. Mike Missanelli, he's one of the voices of Philadelphia. You can't talk Philadelphia sports without mentioning him. They come together. You got a beautiful venue, beautiful cause. It's going to be great.
Well, Voice of Reason also is trying to make its name out there. They call me the voice, by the way, in Philadelphia, but he's not. When it comes to Mike Missanelli, I think we'll take Mike over myself any day of the week, though. But again, what's the best part about being a part of the Soul? You how many years officially were you with the Philadelphia Soul?
I played 1 year with the Philadelphia Soul.
I didn't know that.
2013.
Now, how many years were you, I guess, in football?
In football for 7 years in the Arena Football League.
Seven
years.
Okay.
Played in Cleveland. Cleveland, Milwaukee, San Jose, Pittsburgh.
Were you ever in the NFL?
No, that was one thing.
But you were. But that's one thing you'll certainly, at your age, you certainly could find your way back, I would imagine, right?
I've given it up.
Well, these days,
I have too much fun doing radio and TV.
I was just about to say, you are the happiest person I can already tell. But again, as mentioned, let's talk about the Philadelphia Soul, the overview. This Saturday, they got a big game coming up. What are how high are the expectations?
The expectations is number one, just to win. You're playing a team in Cleveland, a team that I've played for.
Yes.
That's a big rivalry for the Soul. These two teams have gone back and forth. The last 3 years, they've been the conference champions. So they've represented, the Eastern Conference. The American Conference in the Arena Bowl the last 3 years. So these teams are going to go. They're going to be hard fought games. It's going to be physical. It's going to be a lot of trash talk. The Soul should come out because they have the better team.
Well, you can't. You said the S word. You can't be saying the crap that's coming out. We'll just go. Let's kind of go with that. But again, as we want to thank you for joining us, Coffee Jones, and of course you can find him and Lou Tilley, according to you, Uncle Lou, on 97.5 every weekend with Philadelphia Soul football. Coffee Jones, we appreciate you stopping by, and we thank you again for supporting American Cancer, supporting 97.5, and supporting Mike Missanelli Golf Outing.
Thank you, sir.
Coffee Jones again on another edition of Voice of Reason. I'm Jake Schwartz here at the Mike Missanelli Golf Outing, Downingtown, Pennsylvania. All right, back here again at the Downingtown Country Club, hosted and owned by one of my favorite Philadelphia Eagles, the man who pretty much never gets any free time in his life, the owner, Rod Jaworski, the owner of the Philadelphia Soul, many other places. And Jaws, always a pleasure, by the way, to see you, and a pleasure to talk with you here on Voice of Reason.
Well, Mike does such a tremendous job in the community, and that's what this event is about.
Yes.
The Fanatic gets behind it, their whole organization gets behind it, and their partners and sponsors get behind it.
Yeah.
So we're thankful here at Downingtown Country Club, which is in phenomenal shape.
Of course.
Everyone's having a great time, but the Fanatic and Mike, when they ask to get involved, we get involved because of what they're doing is always first class.
We're talking about, by the way, Mike Missanelli and the American Cancer Society, both very close to my heart, if I may say so myself, as a man who's lost a lot of family to cancer. Today is all about the cause. And like you said, we can really make a difference, I guess you could say, in events like this. 7 years and counting. It just seems like it gets better every single year, though.
Well, that's because Mike and the Fanatic are committed to it. And, there isn't a person, at least that I know, that has not been touched in some way, shape, or form by cancer. And, research is being performed every single day by scientists that are a lot smarter than I am.
Oh.
And if we can support them with dollars and the resources to find a cure for cancer, and I believe they will find a cure eventually,
I know.
it'll make all our lives a lot better. So, a day like this, we're having fun, we're playing golf, and everyone's just having a good old time. But everyone understands this is for a great cause.
Yeah, Phil Martelli, actually, who's the president of Coaches versus Cancer, said a great quote, and that I'm sure you would love to hear. When we do ever find, and we will, the city would shut down. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think there'll be a big party, and not only the city of Philadelphia, but I think the world would shut down because people would have much longer lives. And progress is being made.
Yes,
and that's all you could ask is progress being made, and the fact that we can gather on a day like this, raise the resources, and keep some scientists and doctors employed and doing the research and the great work that they do. So it makes it a really, really fun day.
Yeah, you're a man who had a great career in the National Football League. Tell everybody here at Voice of Reason what you're doing these days. We know that you had a little bit of a thing with ESPN. We know that is done, but you are as busy a guy as ever. You own the Philadelphia Soul. You own about how many country clubs officially do you own?
Well, I own and operate 7 golf courses in this region.
I thought it was 11.
7. Yeah, 7's my number, so we'll stick at 7. I love the golf business. I love the people you meet. I've got 700 employees in my company, so we're helping drive the economy. I continue to do my work as an analyst.
You're with NFL Films still.
With NFL Films still, and I'm gonna reappear somewhere in this off season and maybe back doing some work with ESPN.
You deserve that.
My contract, it's kind of bizarre, goes until May 31st of 2022. So, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the football work. I still hang out at my office at NFL Films and study and prepare. And, things will be a little bit different with all the changes at ESPN, but I like where I'm at right now. And I love the Philadelphia Soul, as you know. Thanks for getting that mention in.
I was just about, yes.
We've got our beautiful world championship.
Yeah. I wish we actually had this on film, by the way, but you definitely want to talk about one last question, because I know you've got a lot of things on your mind. You're as busy a man as there is, the Philadelphia Soul. This weekend, big matchup again, as mentioned. I spoke with Coffee Jones about this moments ago. Told me it's a really good challenge again with Cleveland. What can we expect?
Well, Cleveland is our arch rival, and there's no love lost when we play the Cleveland Gladiators. It's been that way for the last 7 years, and we play against them. They're a very good team. We are undefeated, but we know that means nothing when we play Cleveland. They want to beat us. Hey, we're the hunted right now. We're the defending world champions. We're undefeated. We get the best shot of every team we play. So, hey, we want to do it again. We want to repeat. And good things are happening in the Arena Football League. The league is expanding. Next year there'll be numerous new teams in the league.
I didn't know that.
We just signed a contract with Twitter. Over 300 million people now have a chance to
maybe I could
stream.
You should follow me.
Yeah.
Jacob Schwartz 23.
There you go. Get that plug in there, right?
We definitely want to try to do that. Roger Worsham, hopefully we will see you on Saturday. Roger Worsham, head football personnel and owner of Philadelphia Soul and owner of many country clubs, including Downingtown. Thank you so much for being with us here on Voice of Reason. Always good to see you, by the way, and we will definitely catch up with you.
Keep up promoting these great causes that Mike Missanelli is backing.
And we'll keep promoting anything with cancer. Again, Roger Jaworski here on another edition of Voice of Reason. All right, here at the Downingtown Country Club, hosted by one of my favorite Philadelphia Eagle greats, Rod Jaworski, and it's a pleasure to be joined by two of my favorite guests, I should say two of my favorite people in the world from 97.5. You can actually find them every morning, 97.5. Of course, Rob Ellis, Harry Mays, I think they're two of the best in the business, in the industry. The original Breakfast on Broad himself, I should say, a great Rob Ellis, Harry Mays. Gentlemen, pleasure.
It's good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming out to the outing, man.
First of all, it's my pleasure. And we all know that the Mike Missanelli Golf Outing, that's what we're here at, the Downingtown Country Club. Proceeds will benefit American Cancer Society. And one thing I'm definitely happy about is to be around people like yourself, because you know that I've known you really since I got in the business back in 2004 at Jeremy Treatment's broadcasting camp. And Jeremy and guys like him have been a big inspiration to people like me. And Rob, I've been really with you since the start. How have things been going with you these last couple of years, and really last couple of months? Because again, you had a great run at Breakfast on Broad. What happened with that?
What happened with it? Well, I mean, I think it's a tough business, and when the ratings aren't there, things change very quickly. But it was a lot of fun.
You had a great run with Barrett Brooks and Jillian Melee and who was the other?
Sarah
Baker.
Yes.
And they had a great and you had a great run with those with all of them.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think we broke a lot of ground for a local morning TV show, and I think you'll see, that come back in some form or fashion somewhere. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Harry Mays, also, again, good to see you as well. And you've also been really with me right through the end. We're actually Facebook friends.
Absolutely. I'm no longer on Facebook, but back in the day we were.
We were talking almost every other day. How have things been going for you at 97.5? And what a great day we've had here today.
Oh, yeah, great. I mean, I was one of the originals there, October 3rd, 2005, when we went on the air at 9:50 a.m. And shortly thereafter was united with Rob for the first go-round when we were on at night as the Sports Fanatics, and that was back when radio has changed like 600 times since.
What is going on with that?
I mean, that was back when we could talk about anything we wanted to do. We could bring certain guests into the studio that had nothing to do with sports and have a blast. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I think the biggest thing is it's become a lot more fast-paced. It's short attention span, which I think is kind of the way our society is now. But radio has become it's a lot more singularly focused and a lot faster than it used to be.
Well, we definitely, one thing I could definitely say is we love what radio's become. Again, 97.5 now, I think, is the hottest station in the city. And I think people who listen closely to it are like, I mean, we've got we've got Harry Mays and John DeCamera, we've got now, and Jeff Mosher now has joined the family, and Mike Missanelli, the highest rated talk show host in the city. I mean, it just seems like a perfect marriage, doesn't it?
No, I mean, it's great chemistry, and I think the good thing is everybody at the station pulls for one another, from Anthony to our show to Mike to Jeff and whomever else is on at night and weekends and whatnot. And it's a group of people that really, appreciate what each and every person brings to the table.
And we've seen you quite a bit, actually. You're a father, of course, first before you are a working man. I see you at the Narberth Basketball League. Your son has had a great year, and your daughter's had a great year at the Narberth Girls League. What's the best part about not only being on 97.5, but being in the Philadelphia community?
Oh, it's the best. I mean, I grew up here. There's no place else I'd rather be, covering the sports teams here and getting to interact with the people. I mean, best fans in the world, but yeah, very fortunate. The Narberth League is unbelievable. My kids love it.
Yeah.
The people that have gone through there, including, the likes of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I heard they really like listening to The Voice.
They do.
I heard you do, too.
I do. I can't get enough. I can't get enough to listen to my man right here.
Harry, I'm very disappointed that you're not coming to that league as well. Why are you not at that
We
league?
need Harry there.
Yeah, I'm too busy. Actually, I
just-
got a lot. I got a lot of things going on. Rob knows I got a very busy
There's a
schedule.
lot happening.
One final question to the both of you, because
Harry's got it.
we were actually chatting back and forth while you were on the show, and I understand you were talking with Chad Ford. The big story. What are the big stories right now sweeping the city of Philadelphia? Of course, the draft is coming up. The Phillies have now won, I believe, 4 in a row. The Eagles are getting ready for with OTAs. So, what's the really big story right now sweeping the city?
I think the draft. The draft is
Has to
real.
be.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are always going to be there in some way, shape, or form, but there's no question about it. It's the draft right now. The
Yeah,
draft
it's
is
also the Flyers draft is the next.
That's
night,
right.
and they're
Yes.
number
Is
2.
that tonight?
No, it's the next night after the
Okay,
NBA
get the
draft.
23rd, yeah. So who do because you and I were chatting about this earlier. That right now, if the Sixers were picking, they would take Josh Jackson. You know this as well as anybody. You know I'm around this sport of basketball like there's no tomorrow. I've seen Josh Jackson live. I've seen Markelle Fultz live. I haven't had a chance to see Lonzo Ball, but I can certainly tell you when I say they're golden, they deserve to be in a 6 uniform. What do you think those men would look like?
Well, I think Josh Jackson, presents, the element of defensive. He's a defensive stalwart and a guy that can guard 4 positions. He's 6'8". He's long. He's freakishly
silky
athletic.
smooth. He is.
Yeah, he needs to work on his offensive game and his shot. But I think that. He's a gym rat from where everybody that we talk to,
Yeah.
and he's a guy that wants to be great. So he'd be a fantastic selection at 3.
To come out of a place like Michigan and to play at a boarding school like Prolific Prep, one of the great high schools in the country. You're right, and because like I said, watch him. When I saw him play, you pretty much said it better. He's as good right now a player as it gets. And Rob, who would you like to see the Sixers take?
I'm good if Jackson or Fox are there. Ultimately, I'd like Fultz, but I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah, and I think today we have about 5 different players, including New Jersey, but Philadelphia legend Steve Astoria will be working out for the Sixers. Can you imagine what that would be like? A family home? It'd be almost like Scholastic play-by-play all over again.
Well, it would be nothing like The Voice. There's
No.
one quite-
Oh, will you stop? Oh, cut it out. We're mutualistic friends. Well, gentlemen,
I think you just made up a word.
I did. You know what? Mutualistic.
That's good.
Oh, you know what? Let me say Harry Mays again, Rob Ellis. You can find them again in the morning on 97.5 every day, Monday through Friday. Gentlemen, we appreciate you stopping by. Always good to see the both of you again here in another edition of Voice of Reason. All right, again, and looks like our day again is here at Voice of Reason. But the day only getting started again here at the Downingtown Country Club, hosted by the great Ron Jordan. Actually hosted by the man who I think is the finest and hottest disc jockey in the state of Pennsylvania, the city of Philadelphia. I like to think that. One of my favorite guests here on Voice of Reason. Welcome back to Voice of Reason, Mike Missanelli. Mike, how you doing? It's good to see you as always.
How you doing?
Well, it's good to see you, first of all, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I just want to say what a great time I've certainly had here. Thank you so much for allowing Voice of Reason to be a part of this. You were on here last year. You had a chance to talk with us about just different types of things. You're a man who's definitely involved with charity. This event now in your 7th year, what has been the purpose? What has been the message?
It's all for charity, and a lot of people come out and have fun, and that's what we want people to do. But at the end of the day, it's all about the charity. And this year, we're benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research, which we couldn't do any better than that. The time and the effort that the scientists put in for cancer research is fantastic. So we wanted to make this real special this year, and we've been able to sell the tournament out now for this is the 7th year. So 7 years it's been sold out. So we thank the great listeners of 97.5 The Fanatic for coming out. They seem to be having a good time.
And we definitely have had some great celebrities. Tommy Green, of course, is here today. And we have yourself, Rod Jaworski. We have Coffee Jones from 97, who's the color man for the Philadelphia Soul. Just, again, a great event, like you said here today. You've had some great guests yourself that have come out here today. What has been the best part of going from the Ronald McDonald Foundation to now doing American Cancer?
They're all the same. I mean, the same. As long as we can benefit something. We did Ronald McDonald for a while, and we benefited. They got great benefit out of it. And, we're just trying to help the people out there, and people come to us, and people that we discover that if we can help out in any way, and we're glad to do it. And this golf tournament is. It's become a pretty much of a staple for our radio station to serve the charity.
And you've been pretty busy yourself. Let's get a health update. How are you feeling these days?
Well, I've got a back issue,
know,
and that's affecting my swing
a
little bit. So I'm only hitting one ball today. If this is the hole-in-one hole right here. If anybody gets hole-in-one, they win a Mercedes-Benz. And if no one gets close to the green, or they put it far away from the pin, then I try to get closer than those guys. So and I'm hitting from closer up. So I'm like the safety swing for everybody's foursome.
And the really the hottest topic right now in sports. We all know you're a guy that loves the fans and loves the people on radio. What is the hottest thing going on in the city right now?
Well, I tell you what, there hasn't been that much hot stuff going on, and the Eagles in the OTA and Fletcher Cox not showing up has been a topic of conversation. But this is kind of a lull in Philadelphia sports, so we need something big to happen, and we're hoping it happens with the Eagles this year or the 76ers, and we get back to talking about winning games instead of losing games.
Yeah. Again, as mentioned, it's been definitely it's been a great day, like you said, here at the Downingtown Country Club. You yourself, like I said, are doing everything in your power to continue that golf, even with that back injury you have. Again, it's certainly a great cause. And Mike Missanelli, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure, as always, by the way, to see you. And we will catch up with you again, as mentioned, here at the Downingtown Country Club here in beautiful Downingtown, PA. Jake Schwartz again for another edition of Voice of Reason.
Thank you.
All right, again, ladies and gentlemen, back here at Voice of Reason at Downingtown Country Club here in Downingtown, PA, and our day is officially done. We had a great day again on a short type of day. Don't forget, tonight we have the Narberth Basketball League that we will resume to, and I think it's safe to say our day is done. Thanks to our guests again, the morning shows, Rob Ellis and Harry Mays, for joining us. I want to thank Mike Missanelli himself. I want to thank the great Rod Jaworski and Coffee Jones of the Philadelphia Soul for joining us here today. So from all of us again here at the Downingtown Country Club, again, our day is done, so we're going to get out of here and get set for tonight, the Narberth Boys Basketball League. But until then, I'm Jake Schwartz for another edition of Voice of Reason, the Downingtown Country Club for the American Cancer Society 7th Annual Mike Missanelli Golf Outing.